Hey guys, 5869 back with another episode. I think we're at 14 now from lane to lane, so I already got 14 of these under my belt. The last one, a little bit iffy, unfortunately. I didn't notice, but it was picking up my webcam microphone instead of my actual microphone that I usually use to cast, so pretty poor audio on that one. I do want to apologize again to the guys from TB. They sent me a game, or they sent the game into Dota 2 cast it, and I casted it, and I didn't want to recast it with better audio because I had already watched the game, and I thought, I won't be as hyped up about it and would maybe ruin the game, stuff like that. So I didn't recast it. I uploaded it with the poor audio. So I'm sorry about that one, but we'll just go right into this game. Enough about that. Looks like we're going to have Sexy Biscuit up here on the mid lane. Ember Spirit has a nice couple rapiers there. And it's going to be Schrodinger's Cat up on this off lane Timbersaw. And that's going to leave bot lane for Death's Reaper. And he's going to be supported over here by the Golden Gate on Disruptor. And it looks like we're going to have a jungle Ursa, Diavolo. He's going to be taking up that jungle Ursa. Meanwhile, it's going to be Glaps on this safe lane Medusa here with Jackie Chen. He's going to be taking this mid Storm Spirit. And what is this? Junior looks like he's going to be taking up the support Venomancer alongside Lanzer on the support Sand King, which is going to leave Leffer, I believe is how you'd pronounce that, on the safe lane Meepo with the two wards, the Boots and the Quelling Blade. So it's going to take a little bit damage there from the Disruptor. I'm not sure if we clicked on him to check if he have two wards, but actually giving him both wards here, and we'll have to see how this turns out. I do love Meepo. Late game Meepo against Ember Spirit is super frustrating to play against. I've had to do it. You need a sheep stick, and you need a way to control this Ember Spirit. So we'll have to see how this one plays out here, as not too many hard counters, really. I mean, I guess the Tiny does output a lot of damage, so it's going to be a hard game for this Meepo. Excuse me, for sure. And Lanzer's going to be up this top lane. Going to get stunned first here, and wrapping around already. Is this going to be a potential for a kill? He's going to start. Yeah, the stun's going to be quite early. They should be able to get this with the Venomancer slow here. Lanzer looks like he's getting the body blocks. Is the slow in range? It is now, so he's going to throw down the slow, and just look at the damage. The Mystic Stake from Medusa. One more right click, and the Medusa's going to get the early first blood, so nice little pickup for her. Going to start off 1-0, and already the tri-lane is going to be working out for them so far. Timbersaw, not a bad game for Timbersaw. They really only have the one hard lockdown, so you can Timber Chain away. I guess they've got net as well, but not too bad of a game for him here. As Meepo, we'll see how he does bot lane, and it looks like Sand King, he's actually ready to do it again here. He wants to go. He's clarity'd up. He's ready for the second go at it, but I don't know if they can. Maybe they can do it this time. They don't have the slow from Venomancer. It seems to be what they're waiting for. But Lanzer going to start right away, actually. And he's actually going to take one Whirling Death. So that's going to be a lot of damage. He's got to be careful. He's missing out on a 3 strength already. And just look at the damage. He's going to take a tower shot. Second Whirling Death is going to secure the kill. Schrodinger's Cat, he should pay for this, though. The salve up is going to be enough to keep him alive. Barely living on about 30 HP there. So nice return kill on him. And he's already at about level 2.5. So a nice little pickup for him is going to ensure that he's not that far behind in this tri-lane, actually, and it's going to be pretty helpful because they're going to need to get a lot out of this tri-lane, as they do have a jungle Ursa on the side of the Radiant here, and he's going to be getting a lot out of this jungle. Maybe even if he gets a nice early Roshan, it's really going to benefit his team. And Storm Spirit, meanwhile, mid lane is taking quite a bit of harass here, it looked like, from Sexy Biscuit on that Ember Spirit, and Meepo going to pull the creeps back just a little bit there, as wants to get them a little bit closer to his tower, but Death's Reaper farming up quite well. Already 746 gold, so I wonder what he's saving up for. Perhaps a Midas. Don't see that all too often, honestly. Sexy Biscuit looking to turn it around. Jackie Chen, is he going to go down here? It looks like maybe the bottle up is going to be enough. He could turn around with the overload and easily get a kill here, I think, and it looks like he was considering it, but changing his mind after that, and no problems there. Gonna ensure he doesn't die. Sand King, meanwhile, top lane, tanking some, it looked like neutral creeps there. Is only 1 point into the Sandstorm. Isn't really enough to do too much damage there. You really need that level 3 and the 2 points into Sandstorm to really secure a kill. But meanwhile, Leffer, he's going to be bot lane, just really trading with this Tiny, so it's working out pretty well for him, as Timbersaw going to throw out the Whirling Death onto Junior there, and going to try and right click him a little bit. He does have to be careful. Lanzer nearby with the stun though, so he is pretty safe, as Sexy Biscuit going to be doing some of that bottle crowing. Just look at how slow this courier is. Wow, man, that's so annoying. After those changes so many patches ago, and look at this top lane, it looks like they're maybe getting ready for a go, changing their minds there though, and no problems there. Jackie Chen a little low, maybe Sexy Biscuit thinking he can go for it, but really Storm does have a fairly easy time against Ember Spirit. The overload just does so much bonus damage, 70 bonus damage here, and the slow is huge as well. Even later on when he gets the remnant, on both Storm and on Ember Spirit. The Remnant slow is pretty huge with the overload there, and just look at the damage. Gonna get slowed up again. He's in a weird position there. Gonna get changed up, but look at this damage right now, just from the right clicks. Ember Spirit, meanwhile, bot lane, a nice couple of nets there from Lefford, but it looks like he's not gonna be able to get away here. Maybe do they have the glimpse back? It looks like no, so almost going down there is Lefford. Gonna be able to survive here, top lane. Schrodinger's cat, again, just trading a little bit of damage. Jackie Chen, though, Sexy Biscuit, looks like he wants to contest this rune. Does have the chains if he wants it, though. So there's the chains. But no, it's just gonna get denied by Jackie Chen. And here we go, the damage from Jackie Chen. This is what I was talking about. Absolutely massive, especially when he doesn't have the flame guard up. So he's gonna go down there and give up a kill that he probably shouldn't have, but probably a lot of people don't expect the output of damage from Storm Spirit, and really, that's a reason why he's such a tier 1 pick here. He's got so much burst damage here. As look at this, a cheeky invis rune from Diavolo, and looks like he's actually going to give it up here. One Meepo in the jungle getting ready to stack camps. Well, looks like Ember Spirit coming back to this mid lane should be able to easily get this kill with chains. Jackie Chen, not enough mana to get away here, and looks like getting a little bit too greedy, trying to stretch out whatever advantage he had. And Sexy Biscuit just going to TP in and get the advantage towards his team there. Is going to pick up a kill, so nice little bonus from him after getting fairly dominated. And I just noticed, sorry about that, I don't have the last hits up. But Storm Spirit really dominating the lane, 27 for 4 up against 14 for 0. So easy lane so far for him. Meepo's going to get a nice little stack there for himself, or perhaps the Sand King later on. As Ursa, he's got the Morbid Mask now as well. Top lane, meanwhile, taking some damage. Schrodinger's cat at about half HP. Storm Spirit's going to zip in mid. And bot lane, Meepo actually just dying to the Avatos combo from Tiny there. So a quick kill. I didn't even expect that. Meepo was still at full HP, just catching the end of it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sexy Biscuit taking some more damage from the Storm. He's actually going to zip under tower. Is he going to go for this kill? There's the chains up under tower, as well as the Spirit to try and get away. It looks like he should be able to get away here. Ursa nearby, but he doesn't really have the damage. He's going to pick up a Morbid Mask and a salve, and perhaps look to Roshan soon here. Top lane as well. Schrodinger's cat getting quite low. Is going to return home here, even though he's got, oh no, maybe just looking to block the creep wave. Pretty comfortable with where he's at. He should be careful. A Mystic Snake and a couple right clicks could be enough here, and that's what's going to be thrown out here. Mystic Snake not going to hit him, though, and he's going to be quite alright there. Still sticking around, though, quite low. Is the Sand King nowhere nearby, though, so if he plays it, you know, kind of smart, he should be alright here, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. Mid lane Ember Spirit kind of low, though, at about half HP, and Ursa is getting quite low to these neutrals here. Not going to die, thankfully enough. Does have his salve, though, and probably going to salve up, continue jungle here. Meanwhile, top lane, Schrodinger's cat, look at the damage. One more right click. Getting too greedy there. Again, I was saying earlier, he was getting a little bit too greedy in this lane, and he's going to go down there. So both teams getting a little bit of share of their own greed there. Meepo looks like he did miss a stack. Only got the 2 stack there. I saw him grab it earlier on the mini-map, and looks like he did miss it. That's Death's Reaper. Looks like he's just going straight Aghanim Scepter. He's got something on the... Is it going to be boots on the carrier? No. So, excuse me, really prioritizing this mana pool right now. Getting this Avatos combo off in lane and pushing this Meepo out here, who does have 3 points in a poof. So actually a nice early level 6. He hasn't really been contested all that much. Is going to get this pull as well here. So a nice little stack bonus for him as Schrodinger's cat. Meanwhile, mid lane though, Sexy Biscuit and Jackie Chen going at it once again. Is he going to have the damage? There's the slow from the Remnant. He's actually going to turn around with the damage from Flame Guard, and it's not going to be enough. Jackie Chen's just going to zip out and bottle up. He's got to be careful though. Remember last time he tried to get most out of his vantage here, and he's actually just going to turn around and run home as Schrodinger's cat still at full HP. He's not doing too poorly either. He's got the level 6 of his own, so both him and Meepo are doing fairly well in these off lanes. Actually, despite Disruptor pulling pretty well here and denying Meepo quite a bit, he's not doing too bad. He's getting close to his brown boots now, so shouldn't be too much longer. But Meepo hopefully going to be able to get this catapult here. Is one more hit actually going to miss it, I think. Yeah, there it is. So Lefford not going to be able to get it. Top lane though, Ember Spirit's rotating up for the gank, and Schrodinger's cat's there as well. There's the rotate up. There's the flame guard as well as the chain's actually going to miss on that one. Going to go into Schrodinger's cat. The double stun here from Lanzer easily landed there, and that should spell the end of the gank for the Radiant side. But Sexy Biscuit looks like he doesn't want to give it up just yet. Does have his face boots in the flame guard, but that's about it. And since he doesn't have chains, won't be able to secure another kill. Just look at the damage here from this Medusa. Just these right clicks on the Ember Spirit are so hefty. As Ursa is going to grab this bounty rune mid lane. Nope. Not going to grab it. Going to give it to the Ember Spirit, who pinged it out just before he grabbed it. So, going to save it. Storm Spirit, though. Is he going to zip for it? was thinking about it, I think, and it looks like the Ursa wants to make a go on in this Storm Spirit here. The Creeps, 800 vision, just about to pop it now, but I'm not sure why they're going to go on him. He does have the zip, and yeah, he's just going to zip away, so maybe getting a little bit too aggressive. Sexy Biscuit probably should have walked up. He wouldn't have been scared from that, and could have tried to get the chains there. I believe that was the best option, but no big deal. At least getting Storm out of the lane, but look who's close by. The Invis Rune, Jackie Chen, going on to Golden Gates, who is aware of this. And he's just going to back up towards his lane here. Only 1 point in the glimpse, oddly enough. Usually we see 1 point into the Thunder Strike. Usually just for the vision so you can get the glimpse range there. But nothing wrong with that whatsoever. As Meepo and Sand King, both of them, he's actually sharing some of the experience from the Sand King here, it looks like. Or maybe just getting that stack. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like a 4 stack for this Meepo already. Quite nice. If he can get that once more, that'll really accelerate what looks to be his Blink Dagger first. Just Brown Boots Blink, so he's going to be pressuring around the map quite a bit here, and it looks like Jackie Chen wants to make a go on a Sexy Biscuit, who pops the Flame Guard here, still going to tank some right clicks, and Jackie Chen pretty confident with tanking these creeps here. He's still got the zip, doesn't want to go for it though, does have the Electric Vortex as well, but looks like maybe no. Sexy Biscuit going to throw out the Searing Chains and harass Jackie Chen a little bit, but here we go. Leffer is going to be moving into here, and he's got to be careful of the clap here. Is he going to go down? No, he should be alright. The clap on cooldown right now, and not going to cast it just yet there. And just look at this damage from the double Meepo poofs. This is really huge, guys. If you ever play up against a Meepo, you got to be a little bit aware of trying to prevent him from doing these stacks. He's actually going to get another one there, so no. Just barely missing that one. He's got to be careful. This creep could actually die here. He's got a tank with the stronger one, and looks like he will go do that right now. Should probably be careful. Just going to go home, actually. I think he could have done that, but just going to play it safe. Nothing wrong with that. Dagger just going to pressure this top tower, and how close is he to the Blink Dagger? Very close right now, so he's getting there. Meanwhile, this Courier bot lane, not sure what that was doing there. Meepo is going to leave the one Meepo there to poof the full HP one back. And not even full HP, just going to be confident with the half HP Meepo, and just going to poof from here, wait for the poof cooldown, and I'm not sure how many times I've said poof in the last 10 seconds, but there we go. So, going to get a nice couple of creeps, even going to get the skeletons at the very least. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Storm Spirit, Sexy Biscuit, maybe wanting to go up, has the chains in 2 seconds here, but with the creep wave coming up, won't be able to get it, and that's going to spell the blink for Meepo, and you got to get something done with this blink right away. You don't want to show on map with the Blink Dagger without getting a kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, Jackie Chen taking some damage. The Ember Spirit's going to go in. Look at the damage. He's actually going to get rid of that, and just barely skipping out on the damage with a nice little jaunt from Ball Lightning, and just barely gonna survive that. Meanwhile, bot lane, 3 heroes grouping up. Schrodinger's Cat's there as well. Tiny gonna use the toss damage to secure it, and wow, actually almost has Aghanim Scepter 11 minutes in, so pretty nice for him, really. If he would have had a stack, this would have been huge. An Avatos combo on the stack, and he's actually okay. So Boots of Travel first. Understand this as well. I do quite like Boots of Travel on Meepo. Usually I think maybe like a Poor Man's Shield and something, you know, I mean, it's no big deal getting it just like that, but he's going to have a lot of global presence with this, and this is what's tough about playing against a Meepo, is that he just boots or travels to one lane, and then he pushes that out, and then you got to go to the lane and defend it, and then he's got bots on the other Meepo, so it's a really strong item, really good to help you farm. It's really good for split pushing, which is what Meepo actually excels at. And this is going to mean this Medusa's farm is probably going to be a little bit limited here, in all honesty. Look, she's going to walk up to this wave and say, hey, buddy, where's the farm for me? That's Tiny. Does finish the Aghanim Scepter, and he's got 200 gold as well. And look at this Meepo. He could turn around and give him an Avatos here if he wants to. There's the Avalanche. There's the toss. One more right click. 2 more right clicks. Maybe the poof. Oh, just barely going to be enough to survive. But look who's nearby. It's the Disruptor, and Meepo's going to have to have some janky. Maybe he'll be able to get out here. Looks like he should. The Glimpse. The Glimpse. Oh, no. Oh, Golden Gate's panicking a little bit there, and he's actually not going to get the kill. The Glimpse would have easily canceled that Boots of Travel and would have been a dead Meepo. Even the Thunderstrike may have been enough to kill him. Is going to pick up his Tranquil Boots at the very least, and Tiny taking a lot of damage here. Does finally have his Brown Boots and an early Aghanim Scepter like this. Honestly, this would be a lot better if they had a stack. It would be a lot scarier for the Radiant here, and it's still pretty scary for them. Or, excuse me, a lot scarier for the Dire. It's still pretty scary for them as it's an early Aghanim Scepter, but I mean, he doesn't hit that hard, really. I mean, the cleave's not huge, but it is something that's going to help him farm up. And meanwhile, Meepo already split pushing, so this is what I was saying. You can just push out these waves so quickly here, and already damaging this top 2-2 tower. Disruptor's going to return home. We'll see what if Meepo is going to get the Aghanim Scepter next. I imagine that'll be the item, and it looks like it is. There's the Ogre Club. I think this is the 7K MMR, if you will, Meepo build, where you just go to the bots straight into the Ogre Club. Don't see it too often in pubs. Usually we see Treads and Aghanim Scepter, which is a pretty safe build. Meanwhile, Jackie Chen going to dodge some of that damage yet again. Look at that. There's the Blink Dagger being shown off as well as the stun. Is he going to go down? He is. There's the slow as well from this Venomancer. And the Ursa's got the smoke, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. His ultimate, keep him alive for a little bit longer. He's going to turn around on Jackie Chen. There's the damage, but not going to be enough. Jackie Chen going to survive and just zip up to the top there and probably TP out. Tried to finish him off with the Earth Shock there, but it wasn't going to be enough. And Lanzer with a 14-minute Blink Dagger. I haven't really been keeping an eye on him, but he was jungling for quite a while. Meepo does hit that very coveted level 10 to get the third Meepo. And again, this Aghanim Scepter going to be close by here, as he is going to send the half HP Meepo home and probably poof these two Meepos back just to regen even just a little bit here. And this is when you got to start the timer for Meepo, because he's going to be split pushing very intensely. And they've got a lot of late game on both teams, so it's going to be a pretty exciting game. Medusa and Meepo versus Tiny and Ember Spirit. To say I'm excited for this game is an understatement. But meanwhile, Ember Spirit and this Medusa will hold that thought as they're going right at it. Medusa's going to run past him, but Ember Spirit, does he have another? No, he doesn't have another Remnant. Unfortunately, not going to be able to catch up to that Medusa, and she's just going to walk away with a nice old Yasha phase boots. And we'll see if she's going to move into the Scotty next. We saw that good old, I think that's like 6.82 Kuroki Medusa build with the straight Yasha Scotty. And look at the damage on a Schrodinger's cat. 4 points into Remnant, 4 points into Overload, and he just blows up there. Does have his mana boots, so probably going to be moving into net, just barely off mark there. Nice little dodge here from Diavolo. And as I was saying, mid lane, meanwhile, though, Jackie Chen, he's going to get glimpsed outside of the ulti. There's the avalanche, just barely going to catch him. Is it going to be enough? The last Thunder Strike, is it going to be enough? No, it looks like maybe the toss. Oof, Jackie Chen, the amount of times this guy's just barely survived is pretty crazy, honestly, here. Is Death's Reaper is going to take some damage from this Venomancer mid lane. Does have his ultimate in 30 seconds, and it looks like the Radiant's grouping up to fight here. Looks like they want to toss in this Ursa, perhaps. Just get an easy Earth Shock, but he really should be grabbing that Roshan. And the Meepo, just making the most out of this space, is going to TP bot lane, look to maybe kill this Ember Spirit. Does have the net if he wants to use it. They're looking for him, but he just kind of clipped out of the vision, just barely outside probably. And looks like the Meepo does see him now, but Meepo probably could have continued to push top lane, but they aren't really aware of where the Tiny or anybody is here. So they're just going to push out this bot tower and try to limit the Radiant jungle here. And you can't really blame them for that. There's the smoke, though. Was it seen? So Medusa just right under tower. They're getting so aggressive with this smoke. Meanwhile, we've got the Radiant, the Ursa, the Disruptor, and the Timbersaw running towards them. But they've got to be careful. They've got all the damage they need. The stun from the Sand King would be huge right now. They don't have the smoke popped yet. They don't see the Sand King. Sexy Biscuit's going to turn around and finally pop it. Only a single hero stun on a Sexy Biscuit there. There's the ultimate, the Whirling Death. Is it going to come down on a couple heroes there? There's the ultimate from the Venomancer. He's going to turn around and look at the damage. Epicenter's being channeled here. He's going to continue to chase on Davila, who pops his ultimate. Meepo's going to boots and travel in here. Jackie Chen looks like he wanted to go on Sexy Biscuit, who's barely going to survive. There's the Avatos combo underneath the Static Storm. Is going to be enough to secure a kill onto either of these heroes. The net's going to be enough to keep this Tiny down. The Meepo's going to blink in. There's the stun from the Sand King. The Tiny's going to go down. A double kill for Lanzer. Sexy Biscuit's going to TP home and Remnant back in. And that's going to be the end of the fight so far, as it looks like the Venomancer just barely surviving. The Meepo with the slow. There's the net going to land on Golden Gates. Here's the poof up. Got to make sure he doesn't capture that other Meepo. There's the Ember Spirit, though. Going to secure the kill. No, just barely going to miss the chains. But the double chains onto the Meepo. They're starting to take more damage. Does have the Fire Remnant if he wants to use it, but Meepos are going to go home. And what a fight that was. So I believe that was a 3 for 2. When all's said and done, and the Radiant getting quite a bit, or excuse me, the Dire getting quite a bit, Meepo just gonna bots to top lane and look to continue on with his lead here. As almost has his Aghanim Scepter, only about 600 gold away or something like that. Not even less than, yeah, probably about 600. And he's just gonna split up his Meepos. So nice farming from this Meepo. Leffer playing pretty efficient, man. Like to see this. Looks like Jackie Chen yet again, the boy who lived. Just barely surviving, but I guess we got a similar story going for Sexy Biscuit, who's quite low himself. There's the toss on a Jackie Chen. Does try to dodge it with the ball lightning, but still going to take some of that damage as Leffer going to continue to push top lane. And Schrodinger's cat, who does kind of hit a wall in terms of item progression here, only has his mana boots still and a soul ring here, so not the most fortunate thing for him. Leffer is going to continue to push out this top lane, but a TP in from the Ember Spirit. Excuse me, looks like they want Left for the glimpse back. Do they have a silence here? He could just walk out if he's paying attention, but he's not. He's going to go down, so finally going to get a kill onto this Meepo, and a nice bit of damage going the way of the Ember Spirit here. Going to get 465 gold, and meanwhile, mid lane, DD Agnum Scepter Tiny is something very scary here, and he could look to push this tower with that DD and the bonus damage. He's just gonna hit so hard right now. 213 damage, are you kidding me? The Avalanche is gonna miss, the toss is gonna go down, Lanzer's gonna take some damage, looking to turn around with the blink stun perhaps here, but not gonna do it. Just look at this damage from Tiny, is absolutely disgusting. Ursa meanwhile still hasn't moved into Roshan despite having this smoke for so freaking long. And it's not like they've really been checking. He's been in the jungle, so he could have been in Roche this whole time. Meanwhile, Sand King and Junior just going to start pushing out this mid lane here. And Sexy Biscuit, he's going to push out top as Meepo finally going to spawn. And did he get something on the courier? It looks like, yeah, he did grab his point booster there. So just about 500 gold off here. And we'll have to see where the Meepo wants to go. It looks like maybe bottom. No, perhaps top. It looks like it will be top. The Fire Remnant out, though. Going to secure this Ember Spirit his life. And Fluffer's gonna bring in. No, there's this jump in from the storm. Is he gonna be able to get the kill? He's gonna dodge the one right click thanks to the oh my god, the Revenant's gonna be able to keep him alive as well. The wand isn't gonna be enough. He doesn't have enough mana just yet. He's bottling up one more time. He's not gonna be able to get the kill. Sexy Biscuit, a nice dodge with the Sleight of Fist and the Fire Remnant to ensure that he doesn't die here. And now Storm Spirit, this is the thing you hate most when you're a Storm Spirit with no mana. Can't really do much. You're going to be looking. Wow, actually, the Tiny's going to go down bot lane to the Medusa as well as the Sand King. Neither of them use their ultimates there. So, just a good bit of right clicks from both of them as well as the stun. So, nice little pickup from them. As mid lane, it looks like Jackie Chen. Is he going to die? Ball Lightning is going to get ulted. Oh, just barely going to go down. So, not going to be the boy who lives this time. There's the net from Leffer. Going to be bringing in the other Meepos, but you don't want to do that against the Ursa. Look at the damage. He's just going to blow up. And it looks like they want to continue to the chase. Junior does have his ultimate. Is going to throw it down, but with no other poison ticks, not going to be enough to get a kill. Actually, no, I think it is now with the patch going to be enough to get the kill. Looks like Glaps wants to turn around and get a kill, at least on Devilo here. Searing Chains is going to get rid of some of this damage. And yeah, I believe, actually, yeah, the last patch, the Venomancer ult, I think, can tick down and get kills now. I'm not 100% sure. There's the blink in the stun. Sexy Biscuit, gotta be careful. Does have another Fire Remnant, though, and should be just enough to stay alive. Although Tiny, he's coming up on the cliff, though, looking to go for Glaps, who doesn't have any mana. Just look at the right clicks. One more. He should go down here. One more. He's gonna survive. Just barely alive on 50 HP. Sexy Biscuit looking for it with the Searing Chains. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit's gonna TP in. We do have another Avalanche, or at least another toss for now. There's the toss going down. Avalanche gonna land on Laser. Is he gonna go down? It looks like no, he's still alive. Jackie Chan gonna have enough damage. Lancer's gonna survive here. And the Dire, I can't believe the amount of HP these guys have been surviving on. Just absolute slivers here, as it looks like the Medusa is gonna elect to get this Manta style. So not the worst decision, really. Could have gone anyway. Could have gotten the Manta. Could have gone straight Scotty, but nevertheless, still a pretty solid pickup. She's gonna be slowly getting stronger and stronger this game, as the Meepo does pick up his Agnum Scepter here. So Agnum Scepter and 800 gold already, 21 minutes in. This guy's farming exceptionally well. If we take a look at the net worth, though, the Medusa, actually, surprisingly enough, on top of it with 1,600 gold, due to the fact that she's been a part of quite a few kills, and she's still yet to die. So we saw her survive on 50 HP there, and oh boy, was it ever intense. Jackie Chen, he's going to be moving into his Orchid. Actually, just about has it complete here as Devilo getting ready to show off the Blink Dagger of his own. We're going to have a TP in here from the Ember Spirit. And it looks like Devilo's ready to go. There's the Earth Shock. And just eating that Venomancer alive here. There's the Sleight of Fist. Not going to be able to stop this Glaps from doing anything, or excuse me, from getting away here. As Schrodinger's cat moving up as well. The Searing Chains, though, actually going to land off that Sleight of Fist. He's still got plenty of mana, though, and going to be enough to keep him alive. Meanwhile, on the backside, we've got Lancer with the stun and the ultimate if he wants to spend it. There's only the stun on one, though, and it looks like maybe Glaps could be going down here, although they don't have too much chase. They've got the Searing Chains, and it looks like maybe they want to get the kill here, but not going to continue to chase under tower. A little bit scared of what could be nearby, and spoiler alert, it's nothing, as the Meepo's in the jungle and the Storm Spirit's bot lane, so probably could have continued to go on that and gotten a kill on this Medusa, taken away that killing spree, as well as gotten rid of some of her gold at the very least, so got quite a bit of unreliable gold, actually. Meepo is going to TP home. And he's got to be careful with this one Meepo. It looks like Death Reaper wants to make a go on it here. Probably wishing he had his Blink Dagger right now, as all the Meepo is going to TP in. And he's actually going to TP himself out. So going to be moving to bot lane and just kind of push that lane out as Meepo going to push top. And meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Laneser, he's going to be going in here. Does get a stun on a Schrodinger's cat, but they're not going to be able to follow it up here, as Glaps doesn't really have much, and Junior still quite far behind and almost finishing up the mech for himself, though. So not too bad. Tiny, is he going to be getting the Blink Dagger alongside his opposition on Meepo, who picks up his just now here, and we'll see if he's going to show it off with getting a kill instantly here. Jackie Chen alongside Glaps does destroy this mid tower, so slowly and slowly limiting that Radiant Vision here. They still have their mid tower on the side of the Dire, so nice for them, as it's still quite healthy, actually. Not too bad, at about half HP, just under that. And Tiny, he's going to be pressuring bot lane. Meepo looking to show off the Blink Dagger, actually just to pressure out the lane, so not going to be doing too much with that. We'll see what he wants to go next, perhaps something like a Scotty and just really tank up, or even like a... oh, wow. Meanwhile, it looks like Jackie Chen, there's the Orchid going to be thrown down. Is he going to continue this fight here? He does have the haste rune, but got to be careful. He took a lot of damage here, but look who's nearby, Junior. Thinking maybe he could have gotten the kill, but with only one level into his ultimate, not going to be enough. And Death's Reaper saying, fuck off, Storm. I hate that as Meepo getting stunned up by the neutral creep there. As Diavolo still yet to go for Roshan. And honestly, this Meepo could take this Rosh at any time now. He is going to smoke up alongside Junior and Jackie Chen here, and maybe look to get a kill on Death's Reaper here. They're going to wait up top, and Death's Reaper, it looks like he could go down. Jackie Chen, what are you doing? You're popping the smoke, buddy. You're going to go down, actually. So Jackie Chen's going to pay for it with his life. And that's not what you want to happen. Leffer, he's going to go down as well. Junior got off his ultimate, but it only hit the Ursa. Meanwhile, the Static Remnant going back. Not what he wanted to do there. But unfortunately, he's not going to be nearly close enough to get anything from this kill. But Diavolo and Schrodinger's cat going to be enough to finish it off. And Storm Spirit kind of ruining that gank there. Just walk down. They should have just waited. They would have easily gotten a kill onto the Tiny. The Meepo would have just poofed him down. The rest of the team was close by, but maybe they could have had enough there to stay alive. And Glaps is going to trade a few hits with Sexy Biscuit in this mid lane. Ursa, it's time, everybody. It only took 25 minutes, but he is going to go for the first Roshan attempt here. Should be using his W right now just to get the most out of this, and really should be using his W right now. His W and his ultimate at the very least. Looks like he is going to use the ultimate there, and just look at how fast this Ursa melts. Or excuse me, this Roshan melts. Should have used it, waited for his ultimate maybe a little bit longer, but can he get the kill here? He should be able to, but he's taking quite a bit of damage here. He walked in kind of low, and he's going to get stunned up. So is this going to be enough? He's getting so low right now. He is going to grab the Basher, so a nice pickup for him, and there we go. Going to be enough to get the kill. So he is going to grab that Aegis, and Storm Spirit, meanwhile, is going to go right onto Golden Gates here. He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, trying to throw a ward up, and just going to pop to that Storm with the nice Orchid pickup there. And Ursa, meanwhile, going to grab the Invis rune and get out unscathed despite being so low. Leffer still pressuring this top lane. It feels like he's been here almost all game. As we do have the Tiny going on to Glaps here, quite deep into enemy territory, but Sexy Biscuit's close by. Does have his Battle Fury now. Junior does TP up, and now we've got a very scary moment here for Death Reaper, who's actually going to get stunned up. A nice, oh no, he's barely going to miss the slow on Junior there. So Gale just off mark as Death Reaper does pick up the Shadow Blade here, and looks like actually going to prevent this out, but Sexy Biscuit not going to have the damage just yet, only with the single Battle Fury. I think the double Battle Fury first is the way to go against the Meepo. In all honesty, it's so difficult to deal with at that point. To fight up against an Ember Spirit, you've got to keep your Meepo spread out. Just look at the damage yet again. There's the Avalanche canceling it. The mech could be enough to keep him alive, and it will be. Just barely going to survive on 72 damage. And now the Tiny, though, going to Shadow Blade up. Junior's going to pay for it with his life, but at the very least, you're not losing one of your cores here. As Medusa continuing to keep her net worth advantage up, but Meepo's coming close up, and 173 last sets, but the Tiny with 168 here, so the team net worth difference, not that big of a deal, only 27 minutes into the game, and they've got a 2,500 lead, and the EXP so close by. These teams are very evenly matched right now. Sexy Biscuit just going to grab their neutral camp farm here. Does have 1,500 gold, so we'll see what he wants to pick up next here. Imagine this Disruptor actually going for a Yule Scepter, so kind of a nice pickup. You could set up the kill onto that Storm. You just Yules him up, throw out the Static Storm, and he doesn't have enough time to zip out there, so perhaps could help secure them a kill. Same with this Meepo. I guess same with everybody. Just help ensure that you can get a kill there, as Glaps looks like he's going to be picking up the Scotty next, and he's going to be quite tanky. Even his illusions are going to be quite tanky here, and we'll have to see how this works out for him. A Sexy Biscuit looks like he is going for the crit next, actually. As he had 1,500 gold. He would have grabbed the Claymore if that's he was looking for the second Battle Fury. And nothing wrong with the crit. I think it's a little bit better in general for farming. And well, no, you know what? I think the second Battle Fury is probably the better option in all honesty here. As he's actually, Schrodinger's Cat's going to get stunned up mid lane. Does have a DD here. Meanwhile, Storm's jumping in. There's the Orchid being thrown down, but the Blade Mail, as well as being a little bit too far off, is going to kind of scare Jackie Chen away and say, I don't want to dive this one just yet. Diablo, they're not doing too much with this Aegis here, as Meepo going to be picking up. You know what? I think a Manta would be pretty solid here as well, and that could be what he's going to grab here. Could be quite a few things. Could be the Sheepstick. Could be the Manta. Meanwhile, mid lane, Jackie Chen, is he going to go down? It looks like no. Diablo's not going to be able to secure enough damage here or get a lucky bash. But look who's coming in. It's Sexy Biscuit. Going to get a nice double change there. Force Staff to kind of break them apart from the Sand King, who's actually quite rich right now. We've only got 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Tiny top lane. Does have the Shadow Blade if he wants to look for a kill. And he's actually going for his Silver Edge here in mid lane. They're still sticking around. Lanes are... Looks like he wants to maybe look for... a kill here. The Epicenter could be channeled. They're not even going to channel the Epicenter. The Storm's going to jump in. The Orchid actually going on a Sexy Biscuit here. Jackie Chen's got to be careful. Are they going to get the glimpse? It looks like no. Glaps is going to TP in. Push them out. He's got his ultimate if he wants to use it. Still holding on to it. Junior, is he going to be able to get... No, it looks like he actually used the Gale already. Meanwhile, the Force Staff in here from Lanzer and the Blink under this Static Storm here. Diablo's going to be able to secure the kill. Jackie Chen's going back in. He's going to get glimpse out, which could save him. And no, the Ursa's going to have enough damage here. Sand King Mega Kill streak is actually going to go down to the Disruptor. Sexy Biscuit's going to come back in. The Medusa ultimate doing so much work here. The slow Diablo's going to go down. Pop the Aegis here. At least he can get rid of it though. The Tiny top lane just having a little bit of a fight with the Meepo. Not going to secure the kill. Diablo's going to go on Glaps. Does he have the damage here? He does. It looks like he's got the Earth, but no, he's not going to use the Earth Shot. Going to turn around and get Junior instead. And meanwhile, Junior does have the Gale if he wants to spend it. Not going to get away though. The bash is going to be quite a bit of damage and enough to secure the kill. So a 3 for 3 when all is said and done. And not too bad of a trade. The Meepo wasn't even there. He's still alive. And bots Meepo. That's the game. Survives the gank and just goes to a separate lane. He's going to help us secure his team a little bit more of a net worth advantage here. The Radiant was slowly taking it. And they're still kind of going up and up a little bit there. But the XP difference actually going down was in the Radiant's favor. But it's going to turn around a little bit here. Meepo, we'll see what he wants to grab. Could still go for the Scotty, I just think, because we've already got one over here on this Medusa. They wouldn't want to stack them, really. And the Abyssal Blade, already 31 minutes in here onto this Ursa. So he's been doing a pretty good job of farming up here. Even though he's had pretty much a free game, he probably could have a little bit more in all honesty, but not doing too bad. I think a BKB is pretty important this game, in all honesty, to prevent the Storm from running your show, as well as the Sand King and the slows here. Meanwhile, Death Reaper, he's going to go down, so the Meepo with a nice TP in, going to secure the kill. Even had the dust ready, so nice on you there, Leffer. Going to ensure that he can't just walk away there. And meanwhile, Meepo, or excuse me, this... Wow. Not even going to be able to mech there. Diablo's going to jump in there onto the Venomancer, and he's just going to blow up. Schrodinger's Cat very close to Leffer, but he does have an Invis Rune. Looks like he wants to go on a Sexy Biscuit, though. There's one. No, there's the ultimate, the Static Storm. Diablo's going to jump in. Schrodinger's Cat, a double kill for Diablo. It looks like Glaps wants to turn around and try to go on him, but he's soaking him a lot of that damage thanks to his ultimate. Jackie Chen's going to zip in, but he doesn't have a lot of mana whatsoever. Schrodinger's Cat getting slowed up as well as Orchided here. Looks like he should go down to the Orchid. Soul burn damage there, and that could be enough. Sexy Biscuit trying to turn around there. Going to throw out the Searing Dam, or excuse me, the Searing Chains. No, actually, just the Sleight of Fist there. Gonna have a TP in here from the Sand King, Lanzer. Just gonna move towards mid lane as Jackie Chen is gonna pick up this DD rune. So 3 for 2, but it was the Meepo getting killed. So not the biggest change there. Only losing 200 despite losing 3 heroes, and only about a 1200 gain for the side of the Dire. EXP still kind of going up and down, but favoring the Radiant nonetheless, despite the Dire having a Meepo here, which is actually quite odd. You don't see that all too often. He hasn't been splitting up the best. He's been split pushing, but you should see the Meepos maybe a little bit more in the jungle. Perhaps I haven't been paying attention, and I'm just being kind of a jerk to this guy, but I don't think I've really seen him in the jungle too much this game, but he's still playing very well. Bloodstone going to be picked up on the Storm Spirit, so from here on in, if he can continue to build up those charges, it's going to be quite nice, although he has died 6 times here, so we'll have to see Gonna get maybe a slowdown in action here, as we've got about 46 kills already, 33 minutes in. Action all over the map so far, as Leffer is going to TP top here. Is he going to be able to kill Death's Reaper? I think so. He should have plenty of damage here. There's the blink, and there's the proofs. Where's the net? Actually, the Avalanche. He's going to say, no net for you, but instead of running away, tries to turn a man fight, and he probably could have done it too if it wasn't for those pesky heroes behind him. And back up as well to help this Meepo regen a little bit. Jackie Chen just hanging around bot lane. Is checking on the Roshan there, but not going to be up for another little bit here. And another 2 minutes before Roche comes up. Is going to throw down the illusion. But Jackie Chen, there's the Abyssal Blade. Is he going to have enough damage to jump? Oh, wow. Just barely enough to survive there. Meepo, though, not sure what you're doing, buddy. He's going to go down. There's the net, though. The Timber Chain didn't land. The secondary net to stop Diablo from running. He's going to turn around. There's the epicenter. Diablo going to turn around and kill Lancer, perhaps, though. So many heroes so low right now. That net timing, absolutely huge. And they're just going to turn around. Meepo isn't afraid of anything, and look at that. Ember Spirit. Just going to zip back home. Claps. Just going to right click the tower a little bit. Doesn't have his ultimate, so should be a little bit careful. But Meepo's on the edge here. Just waiting for the rest of his Meepos. Glaps is going to get static stormed up here. The Storm Spirit's going to run through. The stun over here from Landry, who's quite low right now. Storm's trying to zip out. They got to be careful, though. Look at this. 1 or 2 right clicks. Actually going to miss the avalanche. There's the toss. The right click. Jackie Chen's just barely going to get away. Lancer's still so low. It looks like the Venomancer may be the only one to fall. But Jackie Chen, there's the Searing Chains. There's the damage. Not going to get the suicide off. And that's going to be all she wrote, as Lancer does get Bloodstone healed, and actually just jumping away with the Blink Dagger there anyways. And look who's back top lane. It's Leffer, and he is going to push out this lane, but you don't need all your Meepos here. Throw some into the jungle. That would be absolutely huge. That's probably why they're a little bit behind. Could be farming so much more efficiently right now. And Ember Spirit with 3.3k. I would love to see the secondary Battle Fury here. Would be so hard for this Meepo to fight into. He's just going to destroy the top tower at the very least there. TP is 1 Meepo home. Glaps is looking like she's moving into an MKB here. Could be a Rapier. Maybe leaving it open, but we'll have to see here. If she wants to play safe, or if she's a little bit afraid of how this game's going. As Roshan going to be up in another minute, it looks like. So getting quite close to that time again. And they are trying to check it out. Timbersaw is hanging around the Roche pit. It is getting pinged out here from the Storm Spirit. He does see that Roshan isn't up. Blinking from the Sand King just to ensure that he isn't pulled back a little bit. And there's the Sheep Stick from the Meepo. So Sheep Stick going to be pretty effective at dealing with this Ember Spirit, who is kind of tough to deal with. They've got to burst him down during that sheep timing so he doesn't reminate away or get off another sleight of fist in the team fight. And Meepo just going to leave 1 bot lane. The rest are all at home here. So again, could be farming his jungle or the Ancients with the rest of these. Not being the most efficient here, so, you know, would like to see a little bit more of efficiency here. Jackie Chen going to get going on. Is it going to be enough damage? No. Just barely not enough here. There's the Timber Chain up, though. Jackie Chen should have plenty of mana to stay alive. And honestly, I think this Ursa could do with a Sheep Stick here as well. A little bit more lockdown, but maybe just getting a few unlucky bashes here from him. And he looks like he wants to continue to chase here. Does have another blink, but can't really get the kill here. His Venomancer is just going to de-ward. Storm Spirit still probably going to watch for Roshan here. Look who it is. Devilo going to get the bash. 1 more right click. There's the Timber Chain. Not going to be enough, though. Maybe 1 more Timber Chain in the back. But no, he's going to get Orchided up. The Blade Mail pretty much going to stop that. There's the Epicenter being channeled. But look at the damage he's taking from the Blade Mail. Schrodinger's cat as well as Diablo. So tanky. And it looks like they should get an easy kill on a Lancer. And this should signal the Roshan attempt here. As they're keeping any type of timer up. They should see that he's up here. And Tiny close by, going to take this Ancient stack and say, thanks, guys. I'm going to be moving into my BKB, and going to mean it's going to be a lot harder to kite him. Meepo again. Top lane, at least take 2 of these Meepos away. You only need 2 to poof the wave, maybe 3. 2 to poof it, and then right-click the other few down, and then put the other 2 towards the camps here. And be a little bit more efficient. 253 last hits. Should have, you know, realistically, I think about 350 at least around this timing. Was in the offlane position, so I'll cut him some slack, but So far, it's been a pretty fun game. 26-26, an absolutely even game. And Roche is about to turn up here as every hero's around this. The Static Storm on every Meepo. Actually, not everyone, just about 2 outside of it. Ursa's going to be able to secure the Roshan there, and Storm Spirit's going to zip in. Despite the Aegis going down, Death Reaper getting so low. The ulti from the Medusa. The Stone Gaze actually going to pop on Diablo and Schrodinger's cat. It looks like they should be able to get a kill here on a Diablo, popping the Aegis right away. Schrodinger's cat's going to suicide, but look who's here. It's Sexy Biscuit with the Manta style, and it looks like Diablo going to throw down the Abyssal Blade on a Glops. He's still alive, though. There's the Yule Scepter on from this Disruptor here. Going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Sexy Biscuit looks like he wants to get a kill on a Junior. Continuing to chase here as Lancer and Storm Spirit in the background. Going to try and survive the stun up on a Diablo. Diablo, he's still so low, standing under Sandstorm. Is he going to die? No, his ultimate is going to secure that he's still alive. Perhaps Lancer could turn around with the blink, but no, it looks like Diablo's going to blink and TP away. He's going to be just quite alright here. Sexy Biscuit, quite low. Could get gone on by Jackie Chen here, and it looks like he will. There's the stun, the Orchid, Sexy Biscuit hanging around. There's the, the Mantis Talon. He's just going to zip out, but Storm, not enough mana to continue the chase here. 8 charges on the Bloodstone. Is getting quite a bit of mana, but Sexy Biscuit should be enough to get away. No Force Staff to secure the stun there, and Sexy Biscuit, don't get too greedy. Is just going to throw down a Remnant and TP home. And what a fight that was. A 3 for 2.5. They did lose the Aegis there, but could have been worse for the Radiant for sure. Or no, was it? No, it was a 3 for 3. The Timber did die, actually. Bloodstone suicide. So I guess you could still say a 3 for 3.5. Sexy Biscuit, though, just going to trade a few hits with Jackie Chen here. And the Manta style I like, especially with the Orchid. It's going to ensure you can't just get Orchided and kill. If you get Manta, you can dodge a lot of projectiles. You can perhaps dodge the Sand King stun even. But Manta means it's very tough to kill the Ember Spirit. As long as he's got a Remnant somewhere out on the map, which I mean, I imagine he should. It should be enough to keep him alive here. Could even dodge, I believe, the Gale. And it looks like they want to go into the Medusa here. Are they going to be able to get the kill? Just look at the damage. There's the one Sleight of Fist. Glaps does have the Stone Gaze if he wants to spend it. And it looks like, look who's close by. The mech from Junior going to keep them alive a little bit longer. There's the Stone Gaze being thrown down. It looks like Sexy Biscuit wants to turn around. And look at him. There's 4 heroes here from the Radiant right now. And nobody from the Dire showing up to help him. Sexy Biscuit is going to miss the Searing Chains there. Does spend it. But unfortunately, a little bit off mark there. As they are going to have the glimpse back onto the Storm Spirit. Into the Static Storm. And just blows up there from this crit of Sexy Biscuit. Who does have 2.8k now. Meanwhile, Meepo bot lane, playing that Admiral Bulldog Dota, is just going to split push out, and nothing wrong with that. That's the style of Dota, and you've got to be aware of this. Meanwhile, Tiny, are we going to see a little bit of a Rax trade here? As Tiny's going to move mid, instantly going to fortify it out, but no, he can't push into this Ember Spirit, and that's all it takes is one hero. Looks like the Ember Spirit actually could chase this right now. Is going to get a couple of Searing Chains off here. He's going to get sheeped up, though. Not aware of that sheep. Not walking up to the target is what you want to do as the Ember Spirit. He's going to zip back top, though, and just say, all right, I'll help you guys push, I guess. There's nowhere else for me to go. They're maybe going to get a kill on a Glaps again. Is he going to die? Yes, he is. He's going to go down. He just respawned. Storm Spirit's back. The glimpse up on a Junior. Storm Spirit's going to jump right in. The BKB here from Death Reaper. Sexy Biscuit. Is he going to die? No, he's going to survive here. He's just barely going to make it out. Jackie Chan with not enough damage. They're going to get the Rax bottom and the Rax mid, so they're trading a Rax to a Rax here, but maybe not. It looks like they're not going to get it. The Meepo's going to leave it. He should have just stayed. His Rax is going to go down, and a huge misplay by Leffer right now as the Meepo should have just waited for it. Golden Gates is going to sack his own life here, and is Meepo perhaps going to booster travel bot lane? That would be a huge play right now. But he's not going to. The Storm Spirit's going to get a kill on the Tiny, and the Meepo was needed as well as necessary for that kill as well. Schrodinger's cat is working it up. The soul burn damage, there it is. Is he going to be able to get the kill? The Meepo blinking back in. Not going to be enough. Storm Spirit's going to blink up. Schrodinger's cat going to throw out his ultimate. Is it going to be enough? Searing Chain through, going to dodge this net right now. Can he get a kill on the left for the blade mail right now? Is it going to be enough? This Searing Chain, he's barely going to get out. No, the last right click from Jackie Chen. Got to be enough to get the kill, and what a freaking game this has been so far. Midrax is going to go down. Leffer perhaps TPing a bit too early, but a 4-for-1 trade. It looked like actually there were a couple kills before that, so an odd team fight in terms of trades, but 33-33, 42 minutes in, and this game is nowhere near over just yet. Leffer's coming up. Not going to be able to sheep, though, and that is really the only thing that you can use to secure the kill here. We'll see what he wants to go for next. I think the E-Blade's a pretty effective meepo item here. You just throw in, poof them, sheep them up, E-Blade them, poof them again, and usually they're dead. You can even save the poof for the very first, or excuse me, the E-Blade. You can sheep them, then E-Blade them, then poof them, then net them, and should be enough to get the kill, or really depends how you want to do it. But E-Blade, definitely a strong item. You can save one of your meepos from the right-click damage, and Storm, meanwhile, just going to zip up to this jungle, and still has 8 charges on his Bloodstone as well as 4.5k, so we'll see what he wants to grab here, and probably going to be a Sheepstick of his own. Going to be absolutely detrimental in securing this Ursa, as well as this Ember Spirit and this Tiny, despite the Tiny having the BKB, as well as the Ursa. I'm sure not grabbing a BKB, actually looking to go for a Sheepstick of his own, I imagine. Is close to it, though, so could be a Scotty. I think it'll be a Sheepstick, though. And meanwhile, top lane, a couple of heroes just trading this farm up here. Meepo, gonna boots of travel there. Has a couple of his Meepos mid. And a lot of pressure onto the Dire team now with that mid racks down, despite not being able to get this bot racks. Unfortunately, the Meepo does go home, and Dota is a game of decisions, and I don't think that was the right one. Perhaps it did secure them a couple extra kills here. Observer wards randomly being dropped there, and Tiny is going to take the tower. The 2 supports on the side of the Dire close by, and it looks like they may find Junior there. No, just barely out of vision, I believe. They do see Schrodinger's cat, and they do see him just kind of sitting on the edge there. And Death Reaper, look at this damage right now. He doesn't even have that many damage items. Just the Aghanim Scepter lands her. There's the ultimate being channeled, but he's not going to do anything. He's just going to land on Golden Gates. And what? You're going to kill a Disruptor this fight. Not going to be all too effective. Tiny, meanwhile, still in the back, right-clicking towers. But no, there's the Medusa ultimate. The Stone Gate's doing so much work right now. The Dire, this Meepo is doing so much damage. The Ursa trying to manfight right now. The Tiny, can he get a kill on the Meepo? There's the Avalanche. Not going to be enough. Ember Spirit close by still, but he's got to run right now. Just turn tail and get home if you can. And what a team fight that was. A 2-for-4 trade. Looks like they're going to continue to go on this Ember Spirit here, but Searing Change is going to spell the end of that. Meepo, though, he's going to TP mid lane and try to push this out as fast as he can. Well, all these heroes are down right now. We'll take a chance now and just look at the team net worth. About probably going to dip a little bit here. Closer to maybe 6,000. Although it could be updated already, but I think it should dip a little bit. And look at the EXP drop there, down to 8,000. It was at like 15, maybe even 16,000 there. Just going to drop almost instantaneously. Sexy Biscuit does finish his data list, still with 3.4k. Please buy second Battle Fury. You'll absolutely demolish this Meepo, and he's going to have a bad day if you do. Although I love to play Meepo, though, so I'm going to feel really bad for this guy once it's going to be a lot harder for this Ember Spirit to take care of him. And Glaps, he's got a data list, actually, so didn't want the MKB. I thought maybe get the MKB for the attack speed and the damage, but not going to grab it. Not a bad decision by any means. Still doesn't really need the True Strike, which is one of the major reasons you get an MKB. You don't really want to get it for the damage. I think the data list is still a very good pickup here. I would love to see most likely the MKB as the next item, maybe even the Rapier. I think they're in a position where they're far enough behind, and he's tanky enough in my opinion. Could grab a Satanic and then a Rapier if he wants to be safe, but we'll have to see how that goes. And what's going to be the item on this Crow here? Point booster, looks like the eggs. Excuse me, going to be worked on here from Golden Gates. It's going to ward up around the Roche Pit here. Dire should have seen that, though. There's the Sheepstick from the Earth, so that is going to be the item choice here. And that's going to ensure that you can get a kill onto the Storm, who, consequently enough, is going to be top lane. And if you're going to show the Sheepstick, now is the time to do it. There he is. There's the Storm. Blink in. Get the Abyssal first, most likely. And there it is. The Abyssal. No, he's actually got a Lincoln Sphere. I didn't even see that. You've still got the Sheep Diablo. He doesn't know he's got the Sheep, though, so he's got to be careful. There's the Sheepstick being used, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill. Diablo hexed up. Maybe Jackie Chen wants to turn around and go on Diablo here. He's not going to take damage. Meepo's going to blink in, though, and Sheep Diablo. And there's the turnaround on the gank, though. Maybe they could get the kill if they want to throw up the... It's like, no, but the Storm's going to zip in. Look at the damage on the Golden Gates. A mega kill for the Storm. 12 charge Bloodstone and Insanity. I want your courier, too. And he's going to get it with a 1,200 net worth on it. That was the point booster. Bot lane, though, meanwhile, Death Reaper and Glabs going up one-on-one with Schrodinger's cat close by as well. Just look at the damage from the Ember Spirit. The creep is actually huge right now, but it's going to be a 5-for-1. Venomancer are going to be the only one to drop right here. And Leffer, where's he going? Top lane. He's going to go home with some of his meepos. He should have just gone top lane and pushed that out, as there's nobody alive right now. Is going to be able to regen and go top lane, and should be able to get this Rax, though. Gonna poof in the rest of the meepos, and shortly, I'd imagine here. Looks like not yet. Waiting to poof the meepos for some reason. Maybe this next creep wave, and looks like that's gonna be top racks for them, unless they buy back on the Ember Spirit here. And I believe they should, in all honesty here, they should buy back on the Ember Spirit. At least gonna buy back on the Timber Saw. If you're gonna buy back on one, you really need to buy back on the other. I think here's, he can just get sheeped, and he's already wasted his blade mail, so what can you do here? One of them is going to take quite a bit of damage. He's actually just going to leave and go home, as getting a little bit scared. Ember Spirit not going to have to spend the buyback, and I think the meepo honestly could have just killed Schrodinger's cat there, as he didn't have the blade mail. Did have a little bit of damage with his abilities, but he did get sheeped up for quite some time. He could have just turned around and blinked and poofed on him there, and they're actually just going to go bot lane and try to get this barracks here. Are gonna maybe get Glaps here. He is trapped up. And there's the TP in from the Ursa. The meepo actually blinking in as well. Glaps isn't gonna get sheeped or anything here. Actually gonna use the sheep on a Leffer. Is he gonna go down, kill this meepo before he kills Diablo? And it looks like he will die. He's trying to kite around with the one meepo, but he's gonna go down. Meanwhile, Glaps is gonna be able to survive there. And mid lane, Storm Spirit gonna pick it off. So Dire slowly gaining more map control, and with 2 racks down, if the Radiant lose, or not 2 racks, but 2 towers down, if the Radiant lose one fight, they got to be careful. But look who it is. It's Death's Reaper here. There's the toss, the avalanche. Just look at the damage. The cleave not going to be enough. Does have the send back if he can get it, but he's got Lincolns anyways, so not going to be enough to secure the kill. And Ember Spirit, meanwhile, does pick up Boots of Travel still. It's 2.5k. Octarine Core. Okay. So he does have a lot of magical damage. I think Sheepstick is definitely the item over Octarine Core, though. I mean, your spells don't do a ton of damage. Well, you know what? We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think Octarine Core could still be pretty good. I think Sheep would have been a little bit better, especially against this Ursa, who's still BKB-less. Death Reaper probably down to 5-6 seconds, maybe 7 seconds. And against this Timber Saw as well, you can stop that Timber Chain mid-toss, and looks like Diablo wanting to go mid lane. He's got pretty hungry eyes here for Lanzer, but not going to want to continue on. And good game well played out from the Tiny here. Saying, wrong one. Sorry, not good game well played yet. As Ember Spirit is going on Jackie Chen. Didn't get quite low there, so it's going to just TP top, and he's going to start playing the Meepo split push Dota here. As should get another Battle Fury. Meanwhile, bot lane, they do see Roshan is up, and this could be one of the last fights to decide the game. Whoever gets this Aegis could perhaps look to just push and end the game here. We've got a Fortify on the side of the Dire, but none on the Radiant here. Is Storm Spirit just going to TP in around Roche. Or zip in around Roche, my bad. As it looks like Leffer is going to get gone on the Tiny. Looks like he wants to make a go. And it looks like they did try to get a kill onto this Storm. His Lincolns did pop whatever. They tried to use Death Reaper, outputting so much damage right now. Jackie Chen, he's going to be caught under the Static Storm. Just barely going to be able to get out there. Meanwhile, the ultimate, again, a huge ultimate from Glabs here. Going to secure the kill on Schrodinger's cat as well as Death Reaper. He's so slow. He's actually turned to stone right now. Sexy Biscuit trying to get out. He is going to survive. Should just turn around, maybe throw one more Sleight of Fist onto this Meepo and get whatever damage he can out. It looks like he will. Running a bit too close into this fight, though. Gotta be careful. Venomancer actually gonna get dodged up here, and they got a TP home. Meanwhile, top lane, it looks like they're pushing in. The Meepo TP home for it, but look at the damage. Sexy Biscuit, can he get a kill? Ember Spirit, he's so close. He needs maybe one more Sleight of Fist here. Jackie Chen gonna turn around and get the kill, though. Meepo gonna secure top lane as well as his tier 4 towers, and oh my god. This game is so back and forth. The Radiant losing fight after fight, and look at this, the Dire. Just look at the net worth drop as well as the EXP. I imagine the Radiant still barely up on that, and not even. The Dire's stealing it back into their favor. Ember Spirit gonna instantly buy back, and he has to, really, he has to here. But is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. He's actually got to be careful not to die here, as if he dies, that's almost certainly game, if not probably mega creeps here. But creep wave still fire off. They can't really pressure the tower too much here. Sexy Biscuit should throw down a Sleight of Fist, and there it is. But the creeps are close enough now, and Meepo should just move top lane and get the top racks here, as they can't really contest it that well. And looks like it's going to throw out the Sleight of Fist, and just look at the cleave damage there. Golden Gates does want to Yules up and perhaps get a kill here. Is going to right click the wrong one though, and there's the ultimate. The Static Storm only catching Glap, so the Sleight of Fist doing a ton of damage. Jackie Chen meanwhile in the background going to get maybe a kill on Golden Gates, who does Yule Scepter himself up. Meanwhile Tiny's going to TP up. The Sandstorm from the Sand King going to help him survive a little bit longer. It looks like the Venomancer is going to be the first one to go down this fight, as the Ursa going to be up in about 9 seconds. Schrodinger's cat wants to keep the chase up, but Glap's going to slow them down with the Scotty. Storm Spirit just going to zip away and TP out. Looks like they are going to get the Searing Chains, but there's the Medusa ultimate. But Sexy Biscuit, he's still going to be able to keep up with the Medusa. It looks like they aren't going to be able to continue on chasing. They don't have any Blink Daggers. They've got the Silver Edge, but it's not going to be enough. Medusa going to run away with 780 HP, and a big issue here is that the Radiant has no catch. They don't have a blink onto this Tiny. If they don't have the Ember Spirit, they can't jump up there with the Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, and what other catch do they have? They've got the blink on the Ursa, but if he's not around, he can't really do much. And is he going to look into Roshan? It looks like he's going to grab the Haste Rune, and he wants this Medusa, I think, but it looks like they're pinging out Roche instead and saying, no, let's just grab Roche. We've got so much damage right now. Just look at how fast this hero falls, and just dying so quickly already. There's the Tiny. He's coming in to show what's up. The Storm Spirit's going to zip in. He's going to get stunned. He just got crankied, I believe is what happened there. Again, are you kidding me? The boy who lived, Jackie Chen, isn't going to be enough this time. Sleight of Fist, is it going to be enough? Is it going to get it? No, yes, the Searing Chain's going to cancel the TP. Cheese is going to go down. Aegis is going to go the way of the Tiny, and I really thought the Storm Spirit was going to get out there. I almost had a heart attack, as Meepo, he's going to be pushing top lane yet again. The Rack's still exposed here, but they can't continue to push, and it looks like Death Reaper saying, guys, end the freaking game right now. The Storm Spirit's down. We've got Aegis. We've got Cheese. What more could we want? But if the Meepo can pressure this top Racks, maybe they're going to have to turn around and go home. Glaps, he's just going to push out the Creep Wave. Does finally have a Butterfly now, so nice little bit of damage and evasion on him. Death Reaper just going to jump right in. Sexy Biscuit, though. Is he going to go down? He's getting Electric Vortex by Storm. He's actually caught in the Static Storm. Diablo is actually going to get caught by the Medusa ultimate here, as the Tiny instantly going to pop the Aegis. Look at the damage on it. Diablo getting credit up here. Looks like the Tiny perhaps could go down as well. Tots up on a Jackie Chen. Is he going to go down? Golden Gate's going to be the next one to fall. Death Reaper, he's going to die. He lost the Aegis, and he's going to go down. Jackie Chen is so low right now. Oh my god, Meepo looks like he's going to get the top Racks. Only the melee one is going to pay for his life, and oh my god, 7 HP. That's going to drop very quickly, but still didn't drop just yet. And the Dire, they're still doing all right. Got about 12k XP, excuse me, net worth, and 4k XP in terms of the Radiant, but they're trying so hard to kill this freaking Rax right now. And double Battle Fury, everybody. Ember Spirit, level 25, 56 minutes in, 90 kills. What more could you ask for in a game of Dota? It's been absolute madness. There's the stun in from Lancer. The zip mid from Jackie Chen. Honestly, this Octarine Core is a pretty useless item in my opinion. Just look at the damage from the Ember Spirit. It doesn't really give you much. It gives you negligible regen from your spells. And I think a Sheepstick, you'd be able to control these heroes so much more. This Ember Spirit doesn't have a BKB or anything, or a Lincoln Sphere. And honestly, those aren't really the items he wants, but still has his phase boots. Actually, should just get rid of those and probably buy another data list. Would give him a ton of damage. Is going to move bot lane and push out these creeps. Just look at the damage. Getting a couple crits there. 528 crit damage. Could perhaps maybe get a Rapier if he thinks he's that far behind. As Medusa going to start pushing the top lane there. Is going to use his Remnant to go home. 3.8k, so could start on it on the Rapier if he wanted to here. As Jackie Chen does have 6.1k, so he really needs to spend his gold. I know he's probably saving for buyback here, but Octarine Core, really not a Storm Spirit item, guys. I mean, what cooldowns are you reducing here? That's another huge thing that you get. You get the cooldown reduction, and what are you reducing? The Electric Vortex? No. The Chain Lightning, or excuse me, the Ball Lightning? No. Really not the item here. He's barely getting any regen anyways. He's got the Bloodstone, and if you want the mana pool, the Sheepstick can give you that as well. So I think maybe a little bit of a misplay by Jackie Chen, or a misbuild, I guess you could say. Not a misplay. But he is pushing out the lane nevertheless, and going to put some pressure on the bot lane for the Radiant here, who you'd think would be a lot farther ahead despite only being 10 kills behind. They've got a lot of late game. Lands are just going to sandstorm out the mid lane. Both teams having separate Raxes down. So Dire does have the mid lane, doesn't have the mid lane, but they do have the bot lane. And they've got half the top lane as well, but the important half at that. So it's more like 3/4, like 80% of the top lane, as the range creeps don't do too much here. It's more the melee creeps. They do a lot. Tiny just going to be running mid lane along with Sexy Biscuit here. Does have 4.5k. He's just going to use his Manta and Remnant home. A little bit worried about what could happen there. Alright. That was a lot of damage. Creep's just instantly blowing up here. Meepo, farm the jungle or something. Has not been split farming whatsoever this game. Everybody is playing so safe, and can you blame them? Nobody wants to lose it, but here we go. Death Reaper gonna pop his BKB as well as his Silver Edge. Gonna throw it on the Avalanche, and can he get a killer? I doubt it. Doesn't really have anybody nearby, and look who's close by for the Dire, though. It's gonna be the Medusa. Glaps looks like he wanted to make a go on her, but not gonna be able to get it, and Shiva's now picked up from the Sand King, so that's gonna be nice. Reduce the attack speed from the Tiny, as well as the Ursa here. Gonna be pretty useful. We did see the Sheep Stick on the Timber Saw as well, which is gonna help them quite a bit. Meanwhile, mid lane, couple of heroes. Maybe they're going to get a kill onto the Sand King. Or no, Junior looks like he's going to be the one they want to get the kill on. Glaps is just going to man up, though. And look at the damage. The Sand King going to turn around and say, hey, don't touch my Venomancer. And that's going to be all she wrote for the game. Glimmer Cape going to be used to help Golden Gates get away, as well as the Static Remnant. Tiny's going to split push bot lane. And they're probably going to have to give up mid-racks. No Ursa for 84 seconds. Could this be the dinner bell for the Dire here? Just going to look to finish this game here is Sexy Biscuit still has to be careful. The Storm Spirit's going to jump in. Actually going to use the Manta style here. Not going to get Orchided it up. And Fortify going to be used here. Is trying to use and get done whatever damage. The Static Storm going to be used. The stun, though. The Meepo TP'd in, though. Excuse me, I missed that. And it looks like Glops is still going to be alive. The BKB from this Tiny just dealing so much damage right now. But he's just getting kited around. The buyback from the Meepo. He's going to TP in. Storm is so low right now. Schrodinger's cat going to suicide and give Tiny some more HP. He's going to get a couple kills here. Can he get these two right now? Avalanche onto the Medusa. Glops. Is he going to go down? It looks like no. He's going to get forced up. Lands there with the planes right now. Storm Spirit going to use the Electric Vortex. Lands are going to stun up on Death Reaper here. Meanwhile, where's this Meepo going? He actually died. He died. He died back, and that's going to be huge. Schrodinger's cat with a triple kill. He bought back on his own after suiciding with the Bloodstone, and where are they going to go? They could go bot lane and get that Rax right now, and it looks like that's going to be the play. There's one TP in Tiny. He's going to grab the Boots of Travel, and could this be the it for the Dire? Sexy Biscuit, though. There's the Orchid, and that's why you buy the Manta style. Orchid out of that Manta. Yeah, Manta out of that Orchid, and just go home. Doesn't have Boots of Travel, unfortunately for him, though. And Jackie Chen just going to push the bot lane, though. Here's Tiny wanting to make a go perhaps on a Jackie Chen who doesn't have a lot of mana. There's one right click. There's the Avalanche. There's the toss. But no, he's just going to pull Death Reaper in. Does he have the damage? I really don't think so. He's going to get Craigie. Is he going to go down? No, just barely going to be enough to survive here. And what a freaking game. 61 minutes in. And honestly, what a play by Sand King there. Blinking in, force staffing the Medusa out, keeping her alive. And there's the item. Are they going to get Mega Creeps? Death Reaper, there's the Fortified. Diablo's jumped in. Sexy Biscuit, don't lose that Rapier. You're already taking quite a bit of damage here. Junior, he's going to walk in, try to get the ultimate up, but he's not going to be able to. The buyback from the Medusa. Jackie Chen doesn't have the mana to fight around right this. He should just go back to Fountain right now. Sexy Biscuit, he's just trying to end it. Jackie Chen, he's taking so much damage. He's actually going to go down. Glaps is going to turn around and use the Stone Form. Sand King channeling up the Epicenter. He's going to actually turn around and try to get a kill here. There's the Epicenter. There's the Shiva's Guard. It looks like Glaps turning around and dealing so much damage. Storm's gonna buy back. Sexy Biscuit, don't lose the Rapier right now, man. Don't lose the Rapier. He's gonna be able to get out here, and it looks like he should be enough to survive. Is he gonna survive? Yes, he is. Meanwhile, top lane Tiny looking to get Mega Creeps. Only one more Barracks. Both teams barely on the edge of having Mega Creeps here. A minute and 22 before Roshan spawns, and what an intense game right now. Tiny getting a crit stick of his own. Doesn't have the full data list just yet. Pipe being picked up here. And Boots of Travel for the Storm, who did die back there, I believe. If we take a look at buyback status here. Storm, no buyback. So it was a dieback for him. As well as the... No, not the Venomancer. So no diebacks. Meepo does not have buyback yet. Neither does this Timbersaw here, so going to be quite an interesting game to say the least here, as Roshan going to be up quite soon. Meepo looking like he wants to blink in and take a look at that. Sexy Biscuit. That rapier damage, man. This game. Do you sell the Manta style for the second rapier here? I think you honestly need the Manta to ensure yourself survival in these fights here. Tiny, is he just going to sack for this? No, it looks like he's going to try and get out here. It looks like he should. Just going to BKB TP. Going to be enough to survive. He's so slow. The Gale, the Poison Touch, as well as the Scotty. Tried to get the racks there, but not going to be enough. It is range racks, so did deal 1 whole damage to it after the backdoor regen taking place there. And Leffer going to TP in bot lane. Net worth actually being led by the Ember Spirit of all heroes. Does he buy the rapier? Tiny going Mask of Madness here. Yeah, okay. I think he probably could have just bought Moonshard with the 2 items he bought there. Or been close to it at the very least. Meanwhile, Roshan is going to be taken by the Dire here. Are we going to see them Radiant just run for Mega Creeps? It looks like Death Reaper. That's why he bought the Mask of Madness. There's no creeps nearby though. Can he backdoor it? Meanwhile, mid lane, look at the damage from Sexy Biscuit. Lands are getting quite low. Does have his epicenter as well. The Meepo still taking Roshan here. Tiny moving up for the Mega Creeps here. He is going to get seen. BKB, can he get it though? Does have the Mask of Madness. The Scotty being used. He's not going to be able to get it. He's got a TP out right now. There's the toss. He's going to go down. Just giving up his life 100 seconds before he's up. Roshan's going to go the way of the Dire, and looks like bot lane, we're actually having a fight right now, as it looks like Static Storm was being used. The Meepo going to lose the Aegis. Are they going to be able to get the kill again? It looks like, yes, Ursa's going to go onto the Meepo. Diablo's taking so much damage. Those Sword Spirit's close by. Junior's going to jump in, throw his ultimate down. It looks like there goes the Ursa. Schrodinger's cat's going to die as well. Ember Spirit's still alive, but he's going top lane. He's nowhere near this fight. Ursa's got buyback. Oh, my gosh. 65 minutes in. What a freaking game so far. I'm losing my mind. I think you buy another rapier on Ember Spirit right now. I think you buy top. You bought top lane. You throw a remnant down here and you buy another rapier, because really, how else can you output the damage you need to output here? And just look what run rapier does. I really think a second one would be absolutely huge here. And it's going to sheep up the Meepo here, and if Meepo dies, that could be huge. Lanzer's going to blink in, though. They are trying to get Mega Creeps here. They've got to do it quickly. 30 seconds until all the heroes are up right now. Sexy Biscuit dealing so much damage with the Sleight of Fist. There goes the range racks. The melee racks close by now, and Sexy Biscuit trying to do whatever. He's going to get sheeped up. He can't lose this rapier right now. He's going to go down. Who's going to pick up the rapier? Diablo's going to blink in, use the cheese and pick up the rapier. Diablo, he's actually going to get, no, the buyback though. He's going to turn around. He's going to kill the Meepo, who's down for 98 seconds without a buyback. Diablo's going to turn around, try to get a kill here onto the Medusa. That's Mega Creeps for the Dire here. Look at the damage. It looks like the Storm Spirit's going to go down. It looks like the Medusa's going to go down. Storm Spirit actually zipping home there in the back, and he's going to be able to survive. Sexy Biscuit just going to go down mid here, and he's got 5.2k, 5.3k. Just sell the Manta style. Buy the second rapier, please. Oh my god, what a freaking game. 100 seconds without the Medusa, 70 seconds without the Meepo. Tiny going top lane, gonna try and get the Mega Creeps here, deciding he wants the Chrysalis yet again. And look at this, he can barely damage these creeps. The Mega Creeps are just so strong right now. Bot lane is going to start pushing him very quickly, so if the Radiant wants to end it, they've got to do it now. Sexy Biscuit continuing to push up mid lane. There's the buyback from the Venomancer, but it's not going to be enough. Is this going to be game? 67 minutes in. We're at about 120 kills almost here. And it looks like Sexy Biscuit, is he going to go down? The Sword Spirit's chasing him. He used the Orchid. Sexy Biscuit, he's got to be so careful with that rapier right now. Jackie Chan, he's dealing so much damage. Is he going to be able to get the kill? Sexy Biscuit, just barely alive on 100 HP. Tiny's going to get the Mega Creeps for his team now. 2 teams with Mega Creeps. Jackie Chan, there's the stun in from Lancer. Golden Gate taking so much damage. He's going to get Electric Vortex in, but not before the Storm Spirit goes down. The Meepo's going to come back here. He's going to get the kill onto the Tiny. Who's going to win this game? I have no idea right now. 2 heroes dead on both sides. Lancer's going to try and secure a couple creeps there, but oh, never ending avalanche here, and oh, an absolutely exhausting game right now. casting is definitely taking a toll here. This game is huge right now. Here we go, a second rapier. So getting rid of the Battle Fury for a second rapier. Yeah, okay. I think the cleave, the double cleave is pretty huge right now, but are they going to be ready for this second rapier right now? I really think you should get rid of the Mantis Cell, although it did save him a couple times, so it is very important with this Orchid here. But here we go, Glimmer Cape up. They've got the Yule Scepter. They've got the Static Storm. Golden Gate getting a little bit too aggressive. Jackie Chan's going to go down. Sexy Biscuit with the damage. I think that was a 4,000 damage crit. Meanwhile, Glaps is in the front lines as well. Does have her ultimate. She's got the MKB, the Butterfly. Look at the damage right now. Tiny's going to go down. It looks like Diablo's going to go down as well. Schrodinger's cat, he's going to go down. Sexy Biscuit, just look at the cleave damage. He's dealing so much right now. He's still alive. Leftfer's got to be careful. Glaps has got to be careful. Golden Gate's trying to bring somebody back. Look at the damage again from Sexy Biscuit. There's the buyback from the Tiny. Sexy Biscuit, is he going to go down? No, he's going to be able to remnant away, turn around, throw another Sleight of Fist out, and just look at the damage. Death Reaper's dealing tons of damage to Glaps as well. He's going to go down. He's got buyback 98 seconds without Glaps. Meepo's going to TP home. Looks like Junior is going to go down as well to Golden Gate as well as Death Reaper. There's the toss. There's the bring back there, the send back from the Disruptor, and it looks like he should go down. There's the Avalanche, and it looks like a triple kill. Storm's up in 13, though. They've got the buyback on the Medusa, and what are they going to do? Are they going to end this game anytime soon? 70 minutes in, and it looks like this game maybe not ready to end just yet. Sexy Biscuit dealing so much damage with 2 rapiers. You guys feeling ill yet? I'm feeling pretty ill right now. This is a ridiculously intense game. Sexy Biscuit with a double rapier. It looks like these creeps are heroes right now, taking barely any damage, and Tiny's close by. Can they defend it right now? They've got the buyback on the Storm if he does die. So they've got 2 lives on the Storm at the very least. And it's only 3 of them up there. So they got to be careful. They're backing out right now. Maybe if they can find this Storm Spirit, they could get a pick onto him. And that would be absolutely massive right now. Jackie Chan, Sexy Biscuit. There it goes. There's the Storm. Just going to zip out though. Not going to be able to get a kill onto him. And what a game. So back and forth right now. The Courier's in the secret shop. What's it grabbing? A Daedalus here. It looks like for Death's Reaper, who almost has it. How much gold does he have? Only 1,600 though. So we'll see. You know, he'll get there for sure. That's about 1,700, 1,800 now. Courier going to their secret shop now. Oddly enough, not sure why it was at the enemy secret shop. Is just look at this damage from both teams. Absolutely huge. Storm Spirit, not so much. Is forced to get a BKB here, and his item progression as well is pretty lackluster. In all honesty, I would love to see him with a sheep stick. Courier still hanging out at the side shop, and let's take a breather right now. Kind of follow this Ursa, as it looks like Meepo, wrong place, wrong time. Perhaps it looks like he's gonna try and go on the Tiny. Death Reaper getting hexed up. Schrodinger's cat's close by as well as this Ursa. Is he gonna turn around and go? He's got the sheepstick on a Glaps. He's gonna sheepstick Glaps, but his team left him alone. Diablo, he's gonna go down here. He is gonna pop the ultimate, and that's a dead Ursa. 99 seconds with no Ursa. Could they hope to end this game right now? Buyback status only on the Storm Spirit right now, and oh my gosh, I feel ill. This game, I'm not even playing in this game, and it's giving me freaking heart palpitations. It's so back and forth right now. The sentry's being thrown down everywhere. They don't want to be caught off guard. Sexy Biscuit leading up here with his Aghanim Scepter and his Silver Edge. Would love to see him replace that Silver Edge with something a little bit more effective. But really, he doesn't have much gold whatsoever. So close to the Daedalus now as Meepo top lane is going to push out against these Mega Creeps. And the plus side for both teams is that it's Megas versus Megas. So nobody's at a disadvantage now. This is all about sheer team fight skill at this point. And as well as how well they use the map. So both teams are going to have to play out of their minds right now. Oh no, the Daedalus. Oh dear. No Daedalus for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Roshan respawning in 30 seconds. Is this going to be how the game ends? The Dire has a ton of map control right now, and I honestly think whoever gets this last Roshan is going to be the victor here, as we did see a Scotty get picked up on Meepo as well. Not going to elect for the E-Blade here. Ursa going to respawn. Buyback status still only on the Storm. The Ursa's close by with only about 600 gold that he needs, but when you're up against Mega Creep, 600 gold seems like ages away here. Looks like the Dire is ready to post up on mid lane. They feel like they can win this game now. And I can't help but agree with them. Even with the double rapiers here, it looks like they're going to back off. Look to get a Roshan here. Meepo does still have the bulk of them at home. Could be farming up the jungle. Honestly, should be probably 6 or 7 slotted by now. Should probably have a Necro book that he's swapping out. Should probably have a... probably... I don't know. I think a heart is probably the best option. Could have a Manta that he swaps out and throws the illusions around just to scout and farm up. And here we go, guys. It looks like this is going to be the last fight. A lot of information on the side of the Dire here thanks to these wards. The Radiant is really just going to walk right into it. There's the Avalanche is going out. It looks like maybe the Tiny's getting a little bit too aggressive. The smoke up for the extra move speed from the Disruptor here. They're still going for Roshan. Meepo still has the rest of them at home. Death Reaper just right in the pit. He's going to get a Static Storm on 2. Glaps barely going to get out of here. And now he's got to throw it on his ultimate if he can. Look at the damage from the Sleight of Fist. Schrodinger's cat taking quite a bit from Jackie Chen as well. Meanwhile, Death Reaper actually going to get turned to stone here. As Davilo, he's going to go down. Doesn't have buyback on his own there, and he's going to go down. He's got 100 seconds before he's up. Sexy Biscuit, though, they're all going to go down. Tiny's going to get a double kill. He's going to have to buy back on the Meepo here. Sexy Biscuit saying he wants Roshan, saying he wants to end this game. Golden Gate's very low in the pit right now. Meanwhile, Tiny just going to push out mid lane and Apps TPing with the rest of his team, and it looks like, no, they're just going to go home. Meepo, he's trying to split push. Is this going to come down to a base race between Meepo, Storm Spirit, and 4 heroes on the Dire, or excuse me, on the Radiant? Spoiler alert, I'll tell you right now, the Radiant's going to win that one. They've got a Tiny right now, but will they have him for long? He's actually going to get Craigie. There's the ton. Avalanche in about 2 seconds, and my heart is beating so quickly right now. It looks like Jackie Chen, is he going to go down? The Meepo's TPing home. Storm Spirit's going to get a kill on the Golden Gates here, but he's going to pay for it with his life, and he does have buyback. Wicked sick. Now, Death Reaper, is he going to be able to get the kill on the Meepo? Tiny's going to go down. Look at the damage from this Ember Spirit, though. Double Rapier. He's going to get the kill. Storm Spirit bought back. He's low, and it looks like this should be the end of the game. Good game, well played. Storm Spirit going to go home and try to end the game, but I don't think he'll be able to do much up here against this Ember Spirit. We do still have the sheep here from this Timbersaw in about 8 seconds, and that should be the game. The Radiant going to be the victorious ones here, and oh my gosh, what a freaking game it was, guys. Oh. Wow, what a game. 75 minutes long. I wouldn't have it any other way. Fantastic game. A lot of hype in this game. Hard fucking game. You are very right, Tiny. So back and forth. And just look at that. Those charts just tell the story of the game. So thank you so much for sending this game to our Dota 2 cast. It had a ton of fun with it. And please stick around. I know it's been so long, but if you could stick around for like another couple seconds at the end of the video, there's some more information about myself as a caster. So please, if you enjoyed this, subscribe, take a look at my other stuff, and have a good day, guys. Thanks again. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series from lane to lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from PapuQuAke, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dota Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.